Have you ever wondered where your once go-to restaurant disappeared? Did it simply disappear into thin air? Or did something else happen? For many years, chain restaurants have been a key part of casual dining in America. The warm light of neon signs and the guarantee of regular meals have influenced how many people enjoy eating out. But lately, a troubling pattern has come up. Well-loved brands are having a hard time, places are closing, and once-renowned fast food giants are trying hard to keep up. The question is, what's causing this change? Shockingly, the answer doesn't lie just in changing trends, but in something much more profound and alarming: chains struggling or going away. To begin with, it's a fact that chain restaurants are having a tough time today. The world of food businesses, from quick service places to traditional restaurants, is facing big challenges, and it's about more than just the meals now. As noted by Restaurant Manifesto, the love for chain restaurants in America has reached its limit. People are tired of the same old, boring experience. They're swapping plain pasta bowls for meals that look great on Instagram, coming from unique local spots run by small businesses. Take Ruby Tuesday as an example. Once the favorite place for salad bars and mozzarella sticks, they've been closing locations one after another. And remember Friendlies? They didn't handle their money well. The company went bankrupt, leaving fans sad about their famous ice cream sundaes. Pizza Hut places also face challenges from many new artisan pizzerias and ghost kitchens, changing the idea of what good pizza means. And it's not just the boring food that's adding to this decline. Delivery apps such as DoorDash and Uber Eats have made it easy for people to enjoy a variety of food choices without leaving their homes. Why choose reheated chicken tenders when you can enjoy real Thai food delivered in just 30 minutes? Because of that, almost every major restaurant chains are facing tough competition, and things aren't looking great for them. To make things even more competitive, younger shoppers are focusing on healthier and more eco-friendly choices, something many large brands have found hard to match. Then there is the pandemic factor. COVID-19 didn't just hit the hospitality industry hard, it changed how people go out to eat completely. Takeout became super easy, while dining rooms were left empty. Chains that relied a lot on their own dining options couldn't change quickly enough, leaving them behind. But perhaps the biggest effectee of this social and economic change are the globally massive players like McDonald's. McDonald's? You might assume that this fast food place would be safe from all this craziness, but the bigger chains face more issues due to theirs. Even famous places are feeling the pressure. TheStreet reports that US sales are in big trouble, even with the brand trying hard to stay up to date. Sure, they've added some healthier choices to their menu and made improvements like self-order kiosks, but it's not enough to handle the challenges ahead. In 2024, global sales fell 1.5% in the third quarter, the biggest decline in 4 years, compared with analysts' average estimate of a 0.72% fall, according to data compiled by LSEG. Shares of the company were down more than 1% before the bell. The biggest factor of this downfall is that young people today aren't really enjoying it. These younger people look for good quality, eco-friendliness, and options that don't shout frozen and fried. The once fun Happy Meal now seems old-fashioned in a world of avocado toast and plant-based foods. Also, with prices going up, that once affordable Big Mac meal now seems like a treat. And let's not even talk about how McDonald's ended up in the middle of problems with workers and supply chain troubles. All of this has worn down their once unstoppable empire. Complaints about low wages, poor working conditions, and the environmental harm caused by their supply chain have made the newer, more socially aware, woke generation see them as out of touch, turning the golden empire into less of a favorite and more of a target for criticism. Then there's the problem of safety. According to BBC report, McDonald's had a big E. coli outbreak connected to its lettuce and salad items on October 30th, 2024. The event made customers suffer from multiple bacterial infections and brought up concerns about the restaurant's food safety practices. Even though McDonald's moved quickly to fix the problem, these kinds of events hurt how much people trust them. Keeping food safe is really important, and businesses that don't do this might lose their regular customers for good. But McDonald's is not giving up. They are pushing back by concentrating on global markets and new digital ideas. Their app is really important for keeping customers loyal, providing special deals and unique items to keep people interested. Then there's the McCafe plan, aiming to be your favorite coffee place instead of just a fast food spot. The question is still there. Can they truly come back to the US? rise? Or will the famous clown just be a thing of the past? But McDonald's isn't the only one struggling. KFC, the popular fried chicken restaurant that has been a favorite in fast food for over decades, is now dealing with some problems that could impact its place in the tough US market. The brand has done really well around the world, but lately, it hasn't been doing as great in the US. Even though it is well known and a popular place for comfort food, the famous brand is losing customers to its competitors, especially Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, which have seen impressive growth lately. KFC has experienced a notable decline in sales, reflected in both same-store sales and market share data. In November 2024, the chain's same-store sales in the US fell by 5% compared to the previous year, contributing to a 2% global decline in same-store sales for its parent company, Yum Brands. Additionally, KFC's market share took a significant hit, dropping from 16.1% to 11.3% within a year. This sales slump mirrors a broader trend of weakening performance among restaurant chains under Yum Brands, which include McDonald's, Domino's, and Starbucks, all of which have faced similar challenges. KFC is having a hard time in the US because it hasn't taken advantage of the chicken sandwich trend. Popeye's chicken sandwich launch in 2019 created a big excitement that helped its sales and made other companies like KFC change their plans. KFC had its own chicken sandwich, but it didn't create the same buzz and interest among customers. Popeyes and other rivals have moved ahead, making it tough for KFC to get back its share in a market that matters more to American buyers. KFC is not only missing out on the chicken sandwich trend, but it's also dealing with changing tastes among customers. More and more, people in America want to find better and fresher choices when they eat out. This trend has caused fast casual restaurants and chains like Chick-fil-A to grow. They have adjusted to changing preferences by providing healthier choices and emphasizing good customer service. KFC, however, has taken its time to change, mostly keeping its classic menu of fried chicken and sides. KFC has faced another big challenge with increasing operational costs. The company has faced higher labor costs, supply chain issues, and rising prices, which have all affected its profit margins. The current lack of workers in the restaurant business has made it harder for KFC to keep enough staff and run its stores smoothly. Sometimes this has led to fewer hours or even short-term shutdowns at some places. KFC has had to shut down some of its restaurants that weren't doing well across the country. Recently, the chain has had fewer locations in the US because both franchisees and company-owned stores have found it hard to make money. This coming together is part of a bigger pattern in the fast food world, where restaurants are paying more attention to places that make more money and reducing those that aren't doing well. KFC is not backing down. Even with these challenges, the company is changing its brand to connect with US customers again and get back into the fast food scene. This effort includes updating the menu with new items that are meant to match changing tastes and dietary needs. KFC has been trying out new store designs and tech improvements, like online ordering and delivery, to serve its customers better in a world after the pandemic. This brings us to another famous chain we all know too well, Wendy's. Wendy's, a popular choice in American fast food, has recently been in the news for closing more than 100 locations across the United States. This choice is a big hit to a brand known for its fast, fresh meals, especially its well-loved square burgers and sea salt fries. The closures are mainly caused by a mix of things, such as rising prices, higher labor costs, and tough competition from big fast food names like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and new players in the quick service market. The Wendy's company reported a net income of $50.2 million for the third quarter of 2024, a decrease of 13.4% compared to $58.04 million a year ago. The company said the decrease in net income resulted primarily from a decrease in operating profit and a higher effective tax rate. The problems for the chain go beyond just the shutdowns. Even with a strong marketing plan and new menu options like the 4 for $4 meal deal, Wendy's has had a hard time keeping up with its rivals, particularly those who are now offering healthier food choices. Wendy's efforts to reach younger people through ads and social media haven't been enough to deal with the growing challenges. With prices going up, the costs of materials and workers have put pressure on profits, leading Wendy's to make the tough choice to reduce its operations. These closures are part of a bigger trend in the fast food industry, where many brands are struggling to keep up with changing customer likes and the money challenges of 2024. The closures show not just a drop in Wendy's success, but also a change in the overall restaurant scene, where even well-known brands must adapt or risk fading away. However, KFC, McDonald's, and Wendy's are not the only ones facing tough times. Why are people ending their relationships with chains? The change isn't only about money or tech, it's about shifting cultural preferences. Young people, particularly millennials and Gen Z, really want things to be real. People are curious about where their food is sourced, how it is produced, and whether it matches their beliefs. Being open is really important now, and companies often don't do well in this area. Another factor, feeling nostalgic isn't enough anymore. Sure, older generations might feel happy about a visit to Applebee's, but for younger people, those family-friendly vibes seem outdated. Chains haven't really changed much to turn dining into something special instead of just a meal. At the same time, local restaurants and small brands are getting it right, making places that feel special, personal, and great for sharing online. And let's not overlook the big issue, health. Chains are still linked to high-calorie foods and unhealthy treats. Even with salads and calorie counts on menus, the idea still remains. More and more people are choosing healthier choices, and restaurants are having a hard time keeping pace. Now, what comes next for the chain restaurant world? The next steps for chain restaurants. Some are changing paths, welcoming technology, being eco-friendly, and offering a wider variety of food to remain significant. Some are focusing more on what they do well, trying to keep their main customers. But the reality is, not everyone will make it through this change. We are already witnessing a new era of eating, with tiny, efficient enterprises surpassing the giants. Ghost kitchens, food trucks, and pop-up ideas are changing the game, offering options and creativity that big chains just can't match. The growth of food culture has changed what people look for when eating out, making it tougher for large chains to keep up. Change or face the consequences. This is the tough truth these brands are dealing with. As we see these big players try to keep up, one thing is clear: the time of just putting up with average food and the same old atmosphere is gone. So the next time you drive by an empty chain parking lot, just think, we could be seeing the end of an era. Are we prepared for what comes next? Will we start to want to go back to the cozy and familiar feel of these once famous places? Only time will tell. The 2024 economy saw a downfall trend altogether. Let's see what 2025 economic trends will be like. Which closed down restaurant did you enjoy going to the most? Share your memories down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.